So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 3 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the stories I wanted to dive into in this video includes PlayStation 5's performance upgrade, Sony boss hints at more new exclusives coming to PlayStation 5, and Infamous is still in the works for PlayStation 5 according to a known leaker. First, yes or no, have you noticed any issues with your PlayStation 5 after the latest update? We're going to talk about the update in just a sec in this video, but I'm curious how the update has been running for you guys. There's always some people out there who have issues after whatever update, whether it was PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. So comment below, yes or no, have you ran into any issues after the latest PlayStation 5 update or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, PlayStation 5 Performance Update. Reading from Twisted Voxel, Sony has just released a new system software update for the PlayStation 5. This update added some features like support for an SSD expansion, but there's a little hidden change too. Digital Foundry has performed their own investigation of this new system software for the PlayStation 5 and has found out some interesting changes in games that have ray tracing implementation. Apparently, in the case of games like Control Ultimate Edition and Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, the new system software has slightly improved the performance of the console. In terms of absolute percentage, the difference is minimal, just under 5%. This translates to roughly 2 FPS advantages on average if we are talking about the actual improvement in performance. So I looked into the Digital Foundry video on this, and the actual percentage they give is 2 to 3% max. That's a small percentage, but still a slight boost in performance without any developer involvement. Usually with updates, we do see enhancements to the performance of the console itself to make it run smoother, but I don't think I've seen a system update on PlayStation boost game performance like this. It could have happened in the past, but just wasn't tested. We didn't have a Digital Foundry like it is today back then, and more people testing games like they do now. That's always possible. Regardless, it looks like with future updates, the performance of games running on PlayStation 5 could improve as we progress through this generation, which of course is always great news. Now, diving into the second story of the video, Infamous PlayStation 5. So for a while now, many of us have been hoping for Infamous to return. Personally, I want Cole McGrath to have a new game. While I did think Infamous Second Son was a good game, it's just not the same without Cole. We've been hearing for a bit now that a new game is in the works. This could be a remake or a new title in the franchise. We don't know. I think this should be a remake. It makes more sense. People haven't played Infamous in a long time, and I don't think a new entry would be the best approach to reignite interest as well as get new fans interested. Make a remake to get people on board and then release a new title in the original franchise would be the dream here for me personally. The last rumor we heard about Infamous was the potential of it being at the PlayStation Showcase. This came from known leaker Special Nick. As we know now, Infamous of course never showed up at the show, but I will add that Nick did make it clear originally that he couldn't confirm it being there for sure, stating, okay, please take this one with a grain of salt, because it's one of the things I couldn't get confirmed, but because I like the series, I'm hoping it's true. But there's a chance we could see Infamous make a return at Sony's showcase, fingers crossed. So Nick here made it clear that he couldn't confirm it like some of his other leaks, and while Infamous wasn't there, it doesn't mean it's not in the works still. Outside of Nick, we also had Spawncast podcast host Jordan Fringe state that a new entry in the Infamous series for PlayStation 5 likely wouldn't release until 2023 at the earliest if it's in development. As such, those at Sony might opt to hold on until fully revealing the game when the project would actually be closer to hitting store shelves. So Jordan here wasn't for it being at the showcase because it seems like it's probably too far out. But the point is, multiple sources have been claiming that this game does exist. Going back to Nick, the latest involves him reaffirming that Infamous is still in the works. He quoted a Twitter user who basically was pointing that they thought we were getting another Infamous game when the Spider-Man 2 trailer came along on screen with a bunch of clown emojis to essentially indicate that they were ridiculous for thinking that, so which I disagree with, because the intro of that Spider-Man 2 trailer did look like Infamous, I'll be honest. Regardless, Nick replied to that tweet simply stating, "We are sticking to the claim that a new Infamous is still in the works, even though it didn't show up at the PlayStation Showcase. We could possibly see it in the future." But you guys let me know if you think a new Infamous is in the works or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the final story of the video, Sony boss hints at more exclusives coming to PlayStation 5. Reading from Video Game Chronicle, the boss of Sony's movie business has said he believes that the video game business will be the next focus for company mergers and acquisitions. Speaking during the Bank of America Merrill Lynch Media, Communications and Entertainment Conference this month, Sony Pictures Chairman and CEO Tony Vinciquerra, hopefully I said that correctly, was asked if the movie industry would see any consolidation. He replied, "I think the traditional medium of television and film has probably peaked, and the new growth area will be the games business, and who's better positioned than Sony for that business? I do think you'll see some consolidation on that side. You'll probably see a little more on our side as well. I do think there are probably too many film studios, and you might see one or two less over the next 5 to 10 years. But I think the next era of consolidation will be the games business." So Sony in recent memory has acquired Insomniac Games, Housemarque, Firesprite Studios, Nixies, and while it's not fully out there, Sony Japan leaked the Bluepoint acquisition. It seems that based off what Tony stated here, Sony isn't stopping. After Bluepoint, there could be more acquisitions. Obviously, Tony here is not on the PlayStation side, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's gotten wind of some rumblings as to what's going on the PlayStation side. In terms of what studios people want Sony to acquire, it's the usual suspects: Kojima Productions, Remedy Games, Ember Labs, more so now after the launch of Kena. Bluepoint and Housemarque used to be on this list, but we know the stories of those two at this point. Regardless, it looks like Sony is set to grow even more. This excites me not because of exclusivity, but because of the quality Sony brings when they back a studio. Imagine Kena Studio, Ember Labs with the full backing of Sony and what they could potentially produce in the future if they had that. But you guys let me know which studio you want Sony to buy next. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is the body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "The hype train won't stop." Obviously, this is in reference to Sony acquiring more studios and expanding PlayStation studios. If you're excited for that, destroy the comment section with "The hype train won't stop," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.